Some people say love is blind, but these couples would make you wonder if love is crazy.
Dream so big it makes everybody uncomfortable.
These couples are either so different or so alike that you wonder why they are together. In some cases, it is a huge age gap, or both of them have a bizarre hobby or a shocking appearance that defies the norms of society or challenges our expectations of love. Here are the top 15 weirdest couples in the world who defied the norms and expectations of relationships. Number 15. Paulo Gabriel de Silva Baros and Katusa Hosino. With a combined height of 5 feet and 9 inches, Paulo and Katusa are the world's shortest couple according to the Guinness World Records. Paulo, who is 33, stands at 2 feet and 10 inches, while his spouse Katusa has a height of 2 feet and 11 inches. Both of them became the official shortest couple in the world when they got married in 2016. The Brazilian couple first met in 2006 through the now inoperative social media platform, Orkut. Their love story wasn't smooth from the beginning. Paulo found Katusa very attractive when he first saw her profile, but Katusa didn't feel the same way. She went on to block him on the instant messaging platform, but Paulo never gave up until she decided to give him a chance. The pair would end up texting regularly for 2 years before meeting up for the first time in December 2008. That same month, the pair officially started dating, and they maintained a long-distance relationship for 4 years. The pair also managed to see each other every couple of months during this period, which helped their relationship. Finally, in 2012, Katusa decided to move from her hometown in Londrina to Paulo's town Itapeva. Not long after the move, it was clear to both of them that they were meant to be with each other. The pair have spoken about the difficulties they have faced regarding their height, having to deal with negative comments in real life and on social media. But the couple have spoken about how being together makes them strong enough to deal with the negative opinions. These days, Paulo works as a civil servant for his local government, while Katusa is a beauty salon owner. They have been happily married for 8 years together. Number 14. Sane Masala and Helen Shabangu. In a world where we are trying to abolish marriages that involve adults and underaged children, meet Sane Masala. He became the world's youngest groom in 2014, when he wedded a 62-year-old woman when he was only 9 years old. Now, almost 18, the boy wedded the mother of 5, Helen Shabangu, in 2013, and a year later they renewed their vows to make the marriage official according to their South African traditions. The two families claimed that the wedding was a ritual, and that Sane was told to do so by his dead ancestors. The ceremony cost around €1,000, but Sane on the day of the wedding said he was happy to get married. He also said he was going to go back to school to study, and when he is of the right age, marry the woman of his dreams. On the bride's part, Helen, who is a mother of 5, said that she was comfortable and happy that he chose her for the wedding, and that her family understood that it was only to make the ancestors happy. The ceremony, where guests shared a piece of cake, took place in front of Helen's long-term husband Alfred Shabangu and other village members, some of whom described the ceremony as sickening. The couple lived separately after the wedding and only saw each other occasionally under the supervision of Sane's mother. In 2016, there were rumors of Sane demanding his rights as a husband in the bedroom. Sane was 11 at the time, and according to these rumors, had been putting pressure on Helen for her to fulfill her duties to him as a wife. But according to the village elders during the marriage ritual, bedroom duties were not part of the arrangement. In the meantime, none of the partners have come out to debunk this rumor, which we hope is not true. Number 13. Thompson and Sankan. Hypothetically, if you were married, how many times a day would you get intimate with your partner? Once, twice, 3 times, or maybe 4? You might be thinking, 4 sounds like a lot, especially those of you that are married. However, for Thompson and Sankan, 4 is not many enough. This couple claims to get intimate up to 9 times daily, and sometimes up to 100 times weekly. The English couple claims that their relationship is not all about sexual relations, but uniquely exploring the boundaries of human sexuality and connection in marriage. The couple met through the video game Fortnite in September 2019 and began a long-distance relationship while Aaron was studying animal care in Newcastle, Northumberland. In June 2021, Aaron moved in with Tyler in Doncaster, Yorkshire. Tyler works as a bricklayer while Aaron works in social care for adults with autism. That year, the couple opened an OnlyFans account where fans can watch the couple during their intimate moments. The pair jokingly said they ought to join OnlyFans to become rich. But the joke turned into reality when the pair made their account and swiftly became popular. They have a fan base of about 15,000 and make $5,000 monthly. The couple has stated that the extra income helps and they get to experiment sexually. Tyler and Aaron continue to work their day jobs and stick to doing just one live show every Sunday. They have also spoken about how their parents adjusted to their new source of income. Aaron in particular said her father doesn't approve of it, but her mother is gradually accepting it, as long as both of them are happy. Number 12. Felicity Cadle and Kelly Rossi. In 2018, Felicity Cadle, who was 23 at the time, got married to Kelly Rossi. That sounds normal till you find out that Kelly Rossi is a zombie doll. When Felicity was 13 and horror movie obsessed, her late father bought her Kelly, and 3 years later when Felicity's mother died, she fell in love with the doll. At the wedding ceremony conducted in her grandfather's yard in Massachusetts, Felicity stated that her world feels complete with Kelly. The ceremony was attended by 4 family members and 8 other dolls who have become important pieces of Felicity's life. All of these are zombie dolls, aged between 3 and 10, as well as a 6-foot-tall alien doll called Robert that she bought online when she was 17. But after being kicked out of a family member's home in 2021, Felicity was forced to stay in a homeless center and kept her treasured dolls locked away in a storage shelter. Fortunately for her, in August 2022, she moved into a single-bedroom apartment with her family of dolls and hasn't been happier. Kelly Rossi is a female zombie doll, and Felicity has expressed that she is only attracted to women. Although in 2021, while she was separated from Kelly and the other dolls, she dated a male human, but they split up after she admitted doing something stupid, unrelated to dolls. Felicity has gotten a lot of negative comments on social media about her relationship, but she says she gets a lot of strength from Kelly and the other dolls. Number 11. Tianrong and Mochi. Still on human and doll couples, we go from the United States to Hong Kong. Tianrong is a 36-year-old man who lives with his parents and got engaged to the sex doll Mochi after he realized that it was easier for him to date dolls than humans. He became betrothed to Mochi in 2021 in a ceremony attended by his close friends and family. He has pampered Mochi with expensive gifts, including an iPhone 12. He also claims he has never violated his fiancée and will not even kiss her over fears he will damage her sensitive skin. Purchased the doll from a mainland China store in 2019. Since then, he has devoted all of his time and attention to his new love. Said he first learned he was attracted to dolls 10 years ago when he spotted one in a store in Hong Kong's retail district. According to him, back then a doll cost 80,000 yuan or 9,000 euros at that time, so he had to dispel any thoughts as he couldn't afford one. But in 2019, he found a silicone doll on the internet that was on sale and cost about 10,000 yuan, which is around 1,000 euros. He saw this as an opportunity to finally have a doll partner. It was an opportunity he grabbed with both hands. Revealed every night Mochi sits in a chair by his bed while he sleeps, and he bathes her with a damp cloth before applying talcum powder. Number 11. Karam and Edmilson D'Souza. While the last 2 couples we looked at might have reduced your faith in human relationships, Karam and Edmilson are going to revive your faith with a heartwarming love story. Karam D'Souza has an extremely rare skin condition called xeroderma pigmentosum, which makes a person incredibly sensitive to direct sunlight and at a much higher risk of developing skin cancer. Her condition means she has spent the vast majority of her life indoors with the curtains drawn to avoid direct sunlight. In her life, she's had over 200 surgical procedures to remove skin tumors, with her lower lip and the tip of her nose removed during the surgeries to remove melanoma. Karam feared that she'd never find love because of her condition. But in 2018, she met her future husband Edmilson after he contacted her via Facebook. Karine was 28 when they met, while Edmilson was 23. After months of messaging over Facebook, they met in person and ended up getting married, and in 2020 the happy couple started trying for a baby. Earlier 2021, they welcomed a baby daughter, with Karine posting to Instagram that she had everything I always dreamed and wanted for. Despite their happiness, Karine and Edmilson are sometimes targeted by internet trolls, and they delayed announcing their happy news that there was a baby on the way until Karine was 4 months pregnant. In light of the negative comments about their relationship, Edmilson has stated that he loved Karine for her strength and kindness, and his love for Karine is beyond her physical appearance. He loved her for the wonderful woman she was. Number 10. Paul and Maria Butsky. A woman who couldn't imagine living without her new lover and at the same time couldn't leave her husband and children, came up with an incredible solution. Why can't they all live together under the same roof? Meet Maria Butsky, who lives with her husband Paul, their 2 children Laura and Amy, and her lover Peter Grumman. When Butsky left her husband for Peter, she started missing him and the kids, but at the same time, she knew that she couldn't live without Peter. So, when the 2 men became good friends, she suggested living together. Incredibly, the men agreed, and they all finally moved in together after 3 years of Maria going back and forth between her husband and lover. Paul, who is a railway assessor, has spoken of how there is no jealousy between himself and Peter. He appreciates how Peter is an extra father figure to the children. Peter, a construction manager, had a similar sentiment. He saw the trio of himself, Paul, and Butsky as a team with everyone having their roles to play. It would be interesting to see how long this complex relationship lasts. Number 9. Gabriella and Victor Peralta. This couple is famous for the number of tattoos and body modifications they have. Victor and Gabriella met each other at a motorcycle event and bonded over their love of tattoos and body modifications. Since then, the pair have gotten 50 piercings, 14 body implants, 5 dental implants, a tongue forked, and had the whites of their eyes tattooed black. Due to their alternative appearance, the couple has been dubbed the Cherubs from Hell. They had already secured the Guinness World Record for most body modifications for a married couple with 84 in 2014 and now have around 98. Victor, from Uruguay, had his first modification in 2009 when he added the stars to his forehead. The new look sparked an interest in Gabriella, who quickly followed with her own. This couple believes the secret to their successful marriage is a shared love of art, modifications, and tattoos, as well as love, commitment, and respect for each other. Both of them have spoken about how painful some of the modifications are. Victor singled out the pigmentation of his tongue as the most painful modification he had gone through. Gabriella, on the other hand, points to her 3 skin scarifications as her most painful procedures. Victor and Gabriella both believe that tattoos and body modifications don't make you a good or a bad person. They believe it is art. And some people wouldn't appreciate the art, and some people will. Number 8. Amanda Rogers and Sheba. In this video, we have already seen people get married to non-human entities such as dolls. Now we have someone getting married to their pet. Meet Amanda Rogers and her spouse Sheba, who is a dog. The 49-year-old British divorcee got married to her pet terrier at a ceremony in Croatia that was attended by 200 people. Recalling the proposal, Amanda reminisced about the joyous moment when Sheba wagged her tail in approval, accepting her heartfelt proposal. For Amanda, Sheba had been a loyal companion, offering solace and laughter in times of distress. Despite the lack of legal validity of their union, Amanda spared no effort in making the day special. Crafting her wedding dress, she walked down the aisle to seal the bond with a kiss. As confetti rained down in celebration, tired of the disappointments of human relationships, Amanda sought in Sheba what she believed was lacking in human partners: loyalty and affection. The ceremony, complete with vows and rings, was not just a spectacle, but also a declaration of Amanda's belief in the legitimacy of her feelings. This wedding got a good amount of media attention, and Amanda was invited on television to explain and somewhat defend her decision. On the television show, she spoke about how deep her connection is to her dog, and how she went from caring deeply about it to marrying it. She also stated that her relationships with human men are dependent on Sheba. She said, "Men don't come anywhere near the bedroom unless she agrees." Amanda also briefly touched on her first marriage, which happened 20 years ago, and how it ended after a few months. Number 7. Shawn Stevenson and Mindy Ness. This is another marriage story that should make you look at relationships in a positive way. Shawn Stevenson was born in 1979 in Chicago. Not long after his birth, the doctors realized Stevenson suffered from a rare genetic disorder known as osteogenesis imperfecta, which means brittle bone disease. Osteogenesis imperfecta is caused by defective genes. These genes affect how the body makes collagen, a protein that helps strengthen bones. Babies born with it have bones that break easily, often for no reason. As a result, the victim's growth is stunted. Young Stevenson had to grow up in terrible pain, and as he approached his teenage years, he began to suffer from insecurity. Fortunately, Stevenson was able to overcome this insecurity and soon began to motivate others on how to deal with mental illness and cancer. Today, he stands at 3 feet tall and moves around in a wheelchair, but he has a personality bigger than his appearance. Overcoming insecurities is one thing, finding love is another. And the latter was proving difficult to find for Stevenson till he met Mindy Ness in 2009. The pair met through a mutual friend and got engaged in 2011. Mindy, who is in perfect health, is 4 feet and 11 inches tall and is an Entreport-certified consultant with degrees in theology, creative writing, and philosophy. Stevenson and his wife have been victims of online trolls since their marriage, mainly targeting their sex life. Many have hinted that Stevenson would not be able to satisfy Mindy sexually, but the couple has strongly denied this, with Mindy saying that Stevenson is the most sexual man she has ever met in her life. The couple got married in 2012 and had a fulfilling marriage till Stevenson passed away in 2019. Number 6. Ahmed Mohammed Dore and Safia Abdullah. At the end of October 2014, the wedding between Mr. Ahmed Mohammed Dore and young girl Safia Abdullah took place in the city of Gurashail, in the Galgudud region. Central Somalia attracted significant attention from the public. The reason was that the groom Ahmed was 112 years old, while the bride Safia was only 17 years old. This meant that there was a 95-year age gap between the couple. And at the time of marriage, the groom Ahmed already had 5 wives and 18 children, with his eldest son already dead at the age of 80. Miss Safia was the old man's 6th wife. According to Ahmed, his latest bride is just around the age of his great-great-granddaughter. They are from the same village, and he had to wait for her for years so that she is old enough to get married. That just sounds sick. The old man also added that the bride was not forced into the wedding. He proposed to her and convinced her of his love, and she accepted. After that, they went straight into a marriage, and the bride's family also revealed that she was happy with the decision. It became the talk of the town for quite a while and sparked controversies as well as mixed opinions. While some people believe that it is marriage as a trade, others are more optimistic, saying age has never been the boundary of love. The last time we got updates from the couple was in 2021, and they were still going on strong. Before we go on, here's our subscribers' pick for today. As we explore the 15 weirdest married couples in the world today, it is only right that we also appreciate ourselves and the relationships we are in. Who knows, you might even be in a weird relationship and you wouldn't realize it. In the meantime, tell us about some of the weird couples you know and have met in the comments section. Back to the video. Number 5. Sienna and George Keywood. Plus-sized actor George Keywood and his wife Sienna Kira were the topic of a lot of relationship discourse on social media and television. The plus-sized dad with a petite wife has revealed how people assume they are not a couple because of his appearance. They have been dating for 3 years following an online relationship that led to Sienna moving to the United Kingdom from Australia. Despite sharing a 2-year-old son named Oliver with Sienna, George said on television that people assume he is her gay best friend due to their appearances. His bride agreed that because it is rare to see a big man dating a thin woman, people tend to question her relationship with George and her motivations. George went on to talk about how he has missed out on acting roles because of his frame, with his wife talking about why plus-sized actors are never cast as romantic interests in love stories, while George joked about just wanting to do a sex scene. The London-based couple flaunt their relationship on TikTok, despite Sienna being regularly called a gold digger and George constantly told he's being used. Sienna also showcases her slender physique in figure-hugging dresses, while George is equally unashamed to show off his body, often appearing in the clips topless. The couple tied the knot officially in 2022 and moved into a bigger apartment worth around £1.4 million. The couple, who shared a lot about their marriage on the social media app TikTok, shared their moving experience with their fans as well. Number 4. Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron. French President Emmanuel Macron's marriage to his former high school teacher Brigitte has been a major topic of discussion. This was the case in the election period, and even now that he is president. The pair met when Macron was 15 and Brigitte was 39. Brigitte was Macron's drama teacher, and she was married at the time for about 20 years with 3 children. To make things stranger, one of the children was a classmate of Macron. The French president was an exceptionally gifted 16-year-old schoolboy when he fell head over heels in love with his glamorous teacher. As per reports, Macron's parents initially thought that he was dating Brigitte's daughter, who was of the same age. But when they came to know that he was dating his drama teacher, they sent him to a boarding school in Paris. During this time, Brigitte too kept her distance from Macron, thinking he would fall in love with someone of his age. But destiny had something else in store for them. The couple stayed in touch, and their affair continued for the next 10 years. Brigitte divorced her first husband, André-Louis Ozier, in 2006. A year later, Brigitte, 54 at the time, married Emmanuel Macron, who was 29, at a seaside resort named Le Touquet, where she had earlier married her former husband. At the time of his wedding, Macron was a finance sensation, and his unusual love was accepted by both their families, who attended their wedding. 10 years later, Emmanuel Macron won his first French presidential election at 2017, aged 39. Now Macron has to play the role of stepfather to Brigitte's 3 children, who are mostly around his age. He is close friends with all 3 of them, including his former classmate Lawrence. Number 3. Karam and Chand. Another wholesome love story is the marriage between Karam and Chand, a marriage that stood the test of time and lasted for 90 years. The pair, who tied the knot in India in 1925 during the British Raj and moved to England 40 years later, have 8 children and 27 grandchildren. Their marriage is believed to be the longest on record, with both of them living till their hundreds. Speaking about their 90th wedding anniversary in 2015, Karam said the secret to a lasting marriage was getting along together. He believes he gets along so well with his wife, and that is why both of them kept on going for as long as they did. Unfortunately, Karam died on October 2016, aged 110. He was 6 weeks away from his 111th birthday. They lived at home in Girlington, near Bradford, West Yorkshire, along with their son Paul, who was devastated at the death of his father. However, he was consoled by the fact that not many people live to that age. Karam's death meant his marriage lasted 90 years and 291 days in total. Although this was believed to be the world record, it had never officially been recognized by Guinness World Records. Number 2. King Frederick and Queen Mary of Denmark. We all love a fairy tale story of royalty falling in love with a commoner. In real life, there are not a lot of these stories, which is why we should cherish the marriage between Frederick and Mary. In 2000, Mary worked as an advertising executive for multiple agencies while also having a foot in the real estate business. Meanwhile, Frederick, the Crown Prince of Denmark, was visiting Australia because of the Olympic Games being held at the time. The pair met in a pub, with Mary having no idea who Frederick was. Mary detailed that the first time they met, she shook hands with him and had no idea that he was the Crown Prince of Denmark. They quietly began dating long distance before their relationship became public in 2001. In 2002, Mary moved to Denmark, and, in an apparent nod to the couple's eye toward the future, converted to the Lutheran Church, and began learning Danish. On October 8, 2003, the couple announced at Fredensborg Palace that they would wed the following year. And just like they announced, in 2004, Frederick and Mary wed at Copenhagen Cathedral. Mary wore a boat-neck ivory gown by Danish designer Uffe Frank, which reportedly had her mother's wedding ring sewn into the lining, as an homage to her late mother, who passed away in 1997. The couple has 4 children, 2 of which are a pair of twins, but it hasn't exactly been happily ever after with their marriage. In 2023, Prince Frederick was accused of having extramarital affairs with a socialite named Genevieve. The Crown Prince denied this claim strongly and took legal actions against those who leaked the news. Early 2024, the Queen of Denmark announced that she would be stepping down, making Frederick the king and his wife the queen. There wouldn't be a large ceremony for their official coronation, but you can be sure that there will be celebrations. Number 1. Stephen and Tabitha King. Hailed as one of the greatest horror writers of his time, Stephen King is one of the most successful and accomplished writers of this century. However, he is not the only accomplished writer in his marriage. His wife Tabitha King is also an accomplished writer and philanthropist. The couple met in college, married in 1971, and have split their time between their home state of Maine and Florida. They have 3 children they raised in Bangor, Maine, the city that inspired the fictional Derry, Maine, the setting for Stephen's novel, It. Stephen credits Tabitha with making big contributions to his career. In the early years, she worked a second shift to help support their young family, freeing up the budding horror novelist with time to write. To this day, she still reads all of his drafts and offers him feedback. He reciprocates, and they do the same for their kids' writing. Their marriage has produced 3 children, Naomi, Joe, and Owen. While Naomi is not a writer per se, the others have taken up writing careers and have been successful. Thank you for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.